Los Angeles is burning. The city of angels is now a city of fear. Multiple wildfires rage across the landscape, fueled by drought and driven by fierce Santa Ana winds. From the iconic Hollywood Hills to the quiet suburbs of Pasadena, flames consume everything in their path. This is not just another fire season, this is a full-blown disaster. The situation is dire. Thousands of acres have been scorched, homes have been reduced to ashes, lives have been tragically lost. The air is thick with smoke, a constant reminder of the devastation. Fear and uncertainty grip the hearts of Angelenos. The scale of these fires is unprecedented. 5 separate blazes, the Palisades, Eaton, Kenneth, Hurst, and Lydia fires, have converged into a firestorm of unimaginable proportions. Firefighters are stretched thin, battling not only the flames but also exhaustion and despair. As the fires continue to rage, one question echoes across the devastated landscape. How did we get here? And more importantly, what can we do to stop this inferno? The destruction stretches for miles. In the Palisades, luxury homes overlooking the Pacific Ocean have been reduced to smoldering ruins. The iconic Getty Center, once a beacon of art and culture, now stands shrouded in smoke, its fate uncertain. Further inland, the Eaton fire tears through the Angeles National Forest, leaving behind a charred wasteland. The historic Mount Wilson Observatory, home to powerful telescopes that have peered deep into the universe, is now threatened by the flames. In Pasadena, the Kenneth fire has forced the evacuation of thousands of residents. Flames lick at the edges of the Rose Bowl, a beloved landmark that has hosted countless sporting events and concerts. The air is thick with the smell of smoke and the acrid tang of burning wood. The Hearst fire, burning near the city of Santa Clarita, has already consumed thousands of acres. Homes have been destroyed and entire neighborhoods have been evacuated. The fire is moving quickly, fueled by dry brush and driven by strong winds. And in Altadena, the Lydia fire threatens homes and businesses. This fast-moving fire has already caused extensive damage, and firefighters are struggling to contain it. The situation remains fluid and dangerous. Behind the staggering statistics, acres burned, structures destroyed, lie heartbreaking human stories. Families have lost everything they hold dear. Lives have been cut tragically short. The emotional toll of this disaster is immeasurable. Over 10,000 homes have been reduced to ashes. Families have been forced to flee their homes with nothing but the clothes on their backs. They huddle in shelters, anxious and uncertain about the future. The trauma of this experience will stay with them long after the fires are extinguished. The death toll continues to rise. Firefighters, risking their lives on the front lines, have made the ultimate sacrifice. Residents, trapped by the fast-moving flames, have perished in the inferno. Each life lost represents a family torn apart, a community forever changed. The full extent of the devastation is still unfolding. As the smoke clears, the true human cost of this disaster will become tragically apparent. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, but the resilience of the human spirit will ultimately prevail. On the front lines of this inferno, a different kind of battle rages. Firefighters, exhausted and overwhelmed, fight valiantly against a relentless enemy. They are the last line of defense, standing between the flames and the homes they have sworn to protect. But these brave men and women are fighting an uphill battle. Years of budget cuts have left the Los Angeles Fire Department critically understaffed and under-equipped. Fire stations have been closed, equipment has aged, and morale has plummeted. Despite these challenges, the firefighters of Los Angeles continue to demonstrate extraordinary courage and dedication. They work tirelessly, battling exhaustion and despair to save lives and protect property. They are true heroes, putting their lives on the line every day. However, even heroes have their limits. The sheer scale of this disaster has pushed the LAFD to its breaking point. Firefighters are working grueling hours with little rest and limited resources. They need our help. The current crisis in Los Angeles is not simply a natural disaster, it's a man-made catastrophe. Years of budget cuts and misplaced priorities have left the city woefully unprepared for a disaster of this magnitude. The flames of this inferno were fanned by the winds of political short-sightedness. In 2023, the LA City Council, led by Mayor Karen Bass, slashed the LAFD's budget by over $17 million. These cuts came at a time when the city was already facing a growing homelessness crisis and a severe drought. The decision to prioritize other programs over fire safety was, at best, misguided. The consequences of these budget cuts have been devastating. Fire stations have been shuttered, leaving entire neighborhoods without adequate fire protection. Essential equipment has been left to age and deteriorate, and the number of firefighters on the ground has dwindled to dangerously low levels. The current crisis in Los Angeles is a stark reminder that public safety cannot be treated as an afterthought. When we neglect our first responders, we put our entire community at risk. A glimmer of hope has emerged from the ashes as the fires rage on. President Biden has declared the Los Angeles wildfires a major disaster, paving the way for much-needed federal assistance. Help is on the way, but is it enough? Hundreds of federal firefighters have arrived in Los Angeles, bringing with them specialized equipment and expertise. The National Guard has also been deployed, providing much-needed support for firefighting and evacuation efforts. The federal government has pledged to cover 100% of the costs associated with firefighting and recovery for the next 180 days. This financial assistance will be crucial for rebuilding homes, businesses, and lives. While federal aid is a welcome sight, the road to recovery will be long and challenging. The scars of this disaster will run deep, both physically and emotionally. The need for continued support, both from the government and from private citizens, will be critical in the months and years to come. The devastating wildfires ravaging Los Angeles are a stark reminder of the power of nature. Years of severe drought have turned the once lush hillsides into a tinderbox, primed for ignition. And the relentless Santa Ana winds, howling down from the mountains, have transformed these fires into unstoppable infernos. The current drought, one of the worst in California's recorded history, has created ideal conditions for wildfires. Vegetation is parched and highly flammable. The air is dry, sucking moisture from everything it touches, and the ground is littered with dry leaves and branches, providing ample fuel for the flames. The Santa Ana winds, a common occurrence in Southern California during the fall and winter months, have exacerbated the situation. These hot, dry winds, gusting up to 50 miles per hour, push the fires across the landscape with astonishing speed. They also carry embers aloft, igniting spot fires miles ahead of the main blaze. The combination of drought and wind has created a perfect storm for wildfires in Los Angeles. These natural forces, beyond human control, serve as a stark reminder of our vulnerability in the face of nature's fury. Even in the darkest of times, the human spirit shines through. Amidst the devastation and despair, stories of resilience, compassion, and hope emerge. The people of Los Angeles, known for their independent spirit, have come together to support one another in this time of crisis. Community centers have been transformed into makeshift shelters, offering food, water, and a safe haven for those who have lost their homes. Volunteers work tirelessly, sorting through donations, preparing meals, and offering words of comfort to their neighbors in need. Restaurants, large and small, have opened their doors to first responders, providing free meals to firefighters, police officers, and other emergency personnel. Food trucks have been dispatched to evacuation centers, offering hot meals to displaced residents. The outpouring of support has not been limited to Los Angeles. Donations have poured in from across the country and around the world. Celebrities have used their platforms to raise awareness and funds for relief efforts, and messages of support and solidarity have flooded social media. In the face of tragedy, the people of Los Angeles have demonstrated the true meaning of community. They have shown that even in the darkest of times, hope and humanity can prevail. The situation in Los Angeles is dire, but it is not hopeless. The fires will eventually be extinguished. The rebuilding process will begin. But the road to recovery will be long and arduous, and the people of Los Angeles cannot do it alone. Right now, Los Angeles needs our help. They need firefighters, equipment, and resources to combat these devastating blazes. They need financial assistance to rebuild homes, businesses, and lives, and they need our unwavering support as they begin the long and difficult process of recovery. Here's how you can help. Donate to reputable organizations like the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, and local food banks that are providing essential assistance to those affected by the fires. Volunteer your time. If you are in the Los Angeles area, consider volunteering your time at a local shelter, community center, or donation center. Spread the word, share information about the fires and the ongoing relief efforts on social media. Every little bit helps. The fires in Los Angeles are a tragedy for the entire nation. Let us come together as a nation to support the people of Los Angeles in their time of need. Let us answer the call to action and help them rebuild their lives and their city.